Hello and welcome back to Understanding Crypto. My name is Herve, and every other day here I try to bring you cryptocurrency in the easiest way possible on the internet. If that's the type of content you find interesting, be sure to click that like button and subscribe to the channel or follow the page, depending on where you are watching this from, so that you don't get to miss out on any other value-packed content like this one. Now I'm going to start today by asking a very simple question. Why is it that when the markets drop, people come out of the woodwork to say, this is it. This is finally it. We are now going into the abyss. This is it. We are going to hell. And then when the markets go back up, some other groups of people, some of the times the same people, because some people in this space are just so disingenuous, they come back to say, we are now going to the moon. When will we finally leave all of these people, to their stupid rhetorics? When will we finally grow out of this? Because all I see on media right now is the markets have crashed. We are going into the biggest depression ever. The recession is here. Everybody is now, not everybody, of course, but a lot of people are just so damn negative at the moment. So my question is, why is it always like this? Are we just doomed as retail investors? Are we just doomed? Why is it that we always have to be, on the opposite end of the market makers, or say the whales? Why is it this way? Well, I will tell you why it is. It's because of our emotions, our feelings. We get fearful when things happen, contrary to our, likes and wants. What's even crazy about it is we talk about a potential drop on this channel or on this page, and when it happens, a whole lot of people get fearful, even though you knew about it. For the past couple of weeks, I haven't traded because I was suspecting a coming crash. Now, there was a time that I, stubbornly got into some trade, and luckily, I would say luckily, to be honest, made a quick buck. But we knew about this coming crash. Yes, we can say this for certain that we've been talking about this. Even though we said that, some people are still scared. So how do we ever, stop being scared? How? I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. Now the stock markets are, and I see it to be a dip. I know a lot of people go back to the past and they look at the previous drops. This is the, this should be like the 2001, 2000 bubble, And if we go back to the past, we go back as far back as 1929, you will see the same type of situation. And in this one right here, this is the, 1929 market crash. Great financial market crash. A lot of people are comparing the current rally in the stock market to this one right here. They think we are at this top right here and we are about to witness a catastrophic fall in the marketplace. Now, they could be right. It's only two ways. It could go up or down. But is it likely that they are right? I'd say it is unlikely. Because in every one of these market crashes, the dollar was strong. It's not so strong right now. And I don't see it to be strong in the foreseeable future. I don't see it. Maybe you do see it. What's crazy, and honestly, this is like real talk right here. What's crazy about all of these doomsday sayers is that they don't show me any evidence. I don't see any evidence. All I see is people talking out of fear. That's all I see. I've not seen anybody who has shown me that this one is here right now with this strategy. If you backtest it like so, you will see that this time out of these times it happens like so, and so there is good reason to believe that this will be like so this time. I've not seen that type of analysis. Yeah, all I've seen is the markets are slowing down. Iran will attack Israel. The jobs data came out, I think, higher than expected or something like that. That's all I see. I don't see any like empirical evidence, something that I can backtest and, really see that there is good reason to believe in what people are saying. Now, again, they could be right. It's 50% or say it's 50-50. It can go up or down. They could be right, and it's just two ways. Yeah, so they could be right. But is there reason? That's the question. Is there reason to believe that this is the end as they purport it to be? I don't think so. I don't think so. It's already in the news, people. It usually happens when it's not in the news yet. That's the thing. When most people are saying the exact same thing, yeah, it's most likely the bottom already. That's how it works. The other time I bought some meme coin, you guys know I bought 1,000 sats, and it went up by about 50%. I was tempted to sell it, yeah, because I was expecting some type of drop on BTC. And then I remembered that the last time I sold Bunk, I sold it at 150% gain. There was also fear at the time. The SEC, Mr. Gary Gensler was coming after Solana. Everybody was fearful at the moment, at that time. And so I sold off my Bunk on the idea that, I made some money. Let me sell off and walk away. Well, that thing went up by 57x from my entry. That's 5,700, about 5,700%. And I sold at 150%. When you put it in percentage, increase, then you really see how stupid I was to sell at that time. And then when it went up, yeah, after it went up, that's the time it started trending on social media. Everybody now started talking about it, and people were launching coins, on the idea that it could be the next one. The same thing with Pepe. If you remember when I talked about Pepe back in, that was early 2023, I was talking about Pepe still continuing its rally. I even sent some forecasts on Telegram, several times actually. And in the last 2 times that I sent the forecast, Pepe went up by 100%, both times. So, and it's still going up since then. Well, it's retracing now that the markets are correcting, but it did go up immensely. So you see where the problem is with this marketplace? I hope you do see it, because even if you suggest a potential drop and the drop happens, all you will see at the time of that drop is people being negative and other people suggesting even something more catastrophic. Now, if we look at the dollar, let's look at the dollar right here. It's not strong. I mean, it's quite literally dropping at the moment. Yeah, it's dropping, and this is on the monthly time frame. I just put this monthly time frame so that it's like compressed so that we can see the chart. If you put it on the weekly, it will be too like expanded or something. So that's the dollar. It's currently dropping. I don't have any analysis to suggest that it will get stronger and go rip up. I don't have that analysis. In fact, I think it will come down to somewhere around here. It may take a year or 2 or something. Yeah. This is on the monthly, so it takes time. And I've tried to make people understand the difference between these time frames, and a lot of people don't understand. I said yesterday in the Telegram that as the markets drop, as people become more fearful, I become increasingly bullish. That didn't mean that I'm bullish at that particular time frame, or I think it's going to go back up at that particular time frame. It means that as we get closer to the zone where I think we will go, or we could potentially go, I get more reasons to potentially take a trade at that zone. If we go to, so this is the dollar, yeah, and I honestly, I don't have a reason to be bullish here on the higher time frames. It could retrace back on the 1 hourly, 2 hourly, perhaps the daily. But on these higher time frames, I don't see it, doing some meteoric rally. And the fact that I don't see that means, to me at least, that I don't see that recession or depression. And I've seen some big crypto influencers talk about this. The funny thing about crypto is some of the biggest crypto influencers really are not so smart. Yeah, I really hate to say this, but I've noticed a lot of them. I know people on Twitter or X that have about 500,000 followers that to me have no clue at all. So let's go to BTC. Now on this monthly time frame, this single candle right here looks small, yes? Looks small. That's a 44% move. Now, if you posted something like this, anyone that sees it will just think, oh, you mean it's just going to instantly go up. But no, it must not be that way. You could have something that looks like so. Instead of just going straight up, you could have something that goes down like so, before like this. So the higher your time frame, the more volatility you have to stomach. If you want to gain 44%, be ready to sit through, say, a 15% red. Be ready for that. If you want to gain a 5x, be ready to be like 80% down. Be ready. It doesn't mean that it must go down, but just be ready for that. And I find a lot of people not being ready for, a minus 80% or a minus 70 or minus even 50%, but they want to make a 10x. It makes no sense to me. If you even go with, and I know this is really getting, but if you want to go, let's say you want to go long, like so, yeah? When you want to go long, you have a stop loss, yes? Why do you have a stop loss? The stop loss basically means that your trade will get invalidated if price goes below that particular zone from your stop loss, yeah? So if price went below that, you get stopped out of the trade. But the real idea here is you allow for price to be volatile or go into the red before going for your prediction. And the more you want to gain, most of the times, the more you should be willing to sit through or to lose. You simply can't be charting on the higher time frames and you have a very small stop loss. Well, sometimes I do that, but it's very risky. You could easily lose it and it still goes to your direction. So the idea here is that you think price is going to go up like so. This is your initial projection, but you should be willing to sit through something that looks like this. Yes, you should be willing to sit through something that looks like this before it eventually goes to your direction. That's the idea here. Now, inside of this particular region, that's where everybody will come to tell you it's going to zero. Satoshi Nakamoto has been found and he is coming to dump. This country is going to fight with this country and somehow it's going to crash the markets. The USA is going to enter a depression soon and we are all going to zero. The dollar is going to become strong and everything will go back into the dollar. This is it. We are done. And that's the type of, things that you will hear in these regions right here. When I spoke about near protocol, it dropped. It actually dropped by about, I think, anywhere around 30 to 40%-ish. Yeah, when I spoke about near protocol, it actually came back to the zone that I thought it's going to come back here, actually. Yeah, but when I spoke about near protocol, it was somewhere around here, somewhere around $1.60-ish. Yeah, somewhere around there. Now, I also made another video saying that if I didn't have it at $1, somewhere around the bottom actually, saying that if I didn't have it, I should be buying now. If I have it already, then I should hold on for maybe another drop to the downside. But look at this drop right here. I don't remember quite well when I spoke about this, but it was somewhere around $1.60 or something. I remember it dropping by north of 40%. That's why I'm thinking $1.60 or something like that. Now, around this region, and this is on the monthly, people, so it took a lot of time. Let's take this example, and it would be anywhere around 184 days to break even. And when it broke even, where did it go then? It then went up by 447%. Now, I got somebody thanking me here on YouTube actually for making an 8x in near protocol. So that person actually bought from the live video. I made a live video talking about it at the bottom. Yeah, and that person thanked me for buying near protocol. If he made an 8x, then he must have bought here when I made that video. But you see the problem around this region, everybody was afraid. It was the exact same thing. It was the exact same thing. Now, am I making this video to tell you that we cannot drop and, we must go up? Of course not. Yeah? All I'm saying is people always get fearful close to the bottom. They always bring up all these ideas and reasons why we should not go for a bull market at the bottom. That's how it's been all the times. So if you listen to people, and I know a lot of you do, and I get some comments, I get people asking me in the Discord group, do you still think it will go up? Do you still think? And I'm tired of the do you still thinks. I talk about a lot of coins a lot of the times, and I tell you that, hey, this coin is now up by 10% and by this percent. Now, I do that because if you are not willing to sit through any type of drop, just be selling quietly. Yeah, sell off, and we will see in the future, you can always buy back or you can buy another one. But if you are willing to sit through the drop, then that should be your decision. A lot of people are investing in crypto, but not everybody is prepared to sit through the dark days in crypto. Anyway, we have been talking about a potential move to the downside on Bitcoin. All right then, so we spoke about this singularity zone. Yesterday, I made a forecast on Telegram telling you that BTC is just holding this zone. It seems to not want to crash from here. And there are some reasons to believe it doesn't. But then BTC dropped right down, and closing this daily candle below that singularity is really telling me that there's a very good chance we will eventually go to fill that CME gap. Yeah, the chances are actually very strong right now. However, I'd want to see it recover part of this daily candle. It will be very unlikely that it goes straight to the downside without any type of recovery of this daily candle. The thesis here, and this is what I've been talking about for the past couple of weeks, is at this zone, I will not be trading. I've been talking about this for the longest time possible, that at this particular zone, I am not trading. The reason was that we don't know what BTC will do here. We don't know. It came here, took off, came back down, yeah, and went back up. Now that actually looks like the fifth wave right there. Yeah, it looks like the fifth wave. So if this is actually the third wave, this will be the fourth, and this is the fifth right here. So we'd actually be expecting the first wave to come back into play. First wave will be down here. Yeah, first wave will be down here. So the thesis here is I will want to see it come back to fill that CME gap. Then with further analysis, I will then potentially take a position, positioning myself for the bull. In the last video, we did say that the 45K zone is a bit more unlikely now. Emphasis on a bit more unlikely. We are not saying it's completely ruled out, it's impossible. It is possible, but it's more unlikely, which means that I will most likely be taking a position if we do actually go down to this region right here. But I'll watch out to see, yeah? I'll watch out to see. Here on the daily time frame, we did in the other video, we suggested that on the weekly time frame, if you take from the weekly right here. So if we go to the weekly and you take your Fibonacci zones from down to up is because we are looking for the Fibonacci retracement, yeah? So after a move to the upside, you want to see a retracement back to the downside before you target the Fibonacci extensions. So from this particular zone right here, we can just take the 0.786 and we also take the 0.618. Those are the zones that we will want to potentially catch. Now we will see that Mr. BTC actually just stepped right into the 0.618 right there, both on the weekly time frame and on the daily time frame. This region right here, for anybody who is wondering what we're talking about. This one. So we stepped into the 0.618 on the daily time frame, yeah? Now let's go back now on the weekly time frame and on the daily time frame. So it is with this particular candle right here. So the 0.786 takes us as low as that's 58.4. So this is the zone that is supposed to be the first wave of the sequence. Now, it doesn't mean we must end here. Yeah, it doesn't mean we must stop here. it only means that this zone will be some support, which is why I say I will have to reassess to see what happens. Now, note that if we do come down here, this is the 200 weekly moving average, but this is the 200 daily moving average, exponential moving average on the daily time frame. So again, you will have some support there, and if it actually breaks through that zone right there, everybody will say, oh, we are now below the 200 daily, and this is it. I don't think this will be it. I think we are still headed for a bull. Yeah, we are still headed for a bull. Again, when the markets drop, everyone will say this is it. We are done. We are done and dusted. It's going down. This thing will never go back up. But I don't think so. I don't think we will never go back up. I think the drops and pumps could be momentarily, but we will eventually have a massive breakout to the upside. We have our hash ribbon indicator looking out for that on the very high time frames, which is on the weekly and on the monthly time frame. So I hope we are actually clear. Yes, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I know it may be confusing, you know, the whole time frames thing. I'm bullish and I'm bearish at the same time. I know it could be confusing. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I will be sure to answer you. And if I can't answer you in the comments, then I will make, in my next video, I will be sure to include your question so that we can all answer it right here on the charts. I still think there will be a bull, to be honest. I still think the bull market is still loading. I think it's coming. Yeah, I think I don't think that the rally has ended. If you look at it, you know, like so, we are still in the tight consolidation before rally. Yes, we've talked about this already. If you go here on the weekly time frame, you'd see it even here. This is the zone that I think we are. So all the drops and pumps will happen. Yeah, will happen. And I don't think it's time to, you know, be afraid or anything like that. I think we could come as low as this region right here and still go back up. Yeah, so the CME gap actually takes us as low as that's 57. Yes, 57. Again, I will have to reassess if we do continue to drop. If we reverse from here and just go straight up, then okay. Yeah, I will do nothing. But for now, I'm not trading. I am just watching. If we go as low as the CME gap can take us, then I will reassess. This is BTC dominance. Let's go to the BTC CME future. So CME future. So if we see right here, you'll see the CME gap that I was talking about. Yeah, I am patiently just waiting for this gap to fill right here. So this one actually takes us as low as the 57.7 on the daily time frame. Let's look on the 4-hourly time frame. Is it the same? 4-hourly time frame, 57.7 on the daily. Yeah, 4-hourly time frame, it's actually 58.4 on the 4-hourly time frame. What about the 2-hourly time frame? Yes, 2-hourly time frame is actually the same as the daily. So daily is the correct one to be looking out for. Daily time frame, we have 57.8. Let's see. The close, yes, close is 57.8. Yeah, so 57.8 is where the CME gap gets filled. Now, I'm not saying that it will get filled here and just go back up. Yeah, that's why I say I will have to reassess and potentially make another. I will make another video, you know, updating you on my current stance. But overall, I am bullish. And as we go deeper into the abyss, I become more bullish. So I'm getting increasingly bullish. So that's the short update, folks. I hope you understand. If there is any questions, please let me know in the comments and I will be sure to answer them. Again, click the like button on this video so that you can help push the channel further or the page further if you're watching from Twitter. I will see you in the next one, folks, but until then, stay safe.